Welcome to the Vincent IAS Academy, friends. And today I am going to delve with the aspect of banking awareness. When it comes to banking examinations, so many of us will be facing a difficulty related to the banking awareness. So hereby we are bringing a series of lectures related to the banking awareness so that you can avoid such kind of difficulty in writing different kinds of banking examinations. So banking awareness is just nothing but we need to know some kind of information related to banks, friends. So what is meant by bank? Why there is a necessity for us to have a bank in the society? If we are not going to have a bank, what are the pros and cons that are going to take place? These are all the things I am going to discuss in a detail in my next lectures. So in my first lecture, what I am going to deal with? I am Mr. Santosh Kumar. I am faculty of Vincent IAS Academy. And in today's class, what I am going to deal with is what is meant by bank and why there is a necessity for us to have the bank and what is the economic stability. And another important fact what I'm going to discuss is what are the different kinds of banking activities and what are different kinds of functions of banking. These are the things what I'm going to discuss in this part of lecture, friends. And please follow us on our YouTube channel for getting off more and more lectures related to the banking awareness. So let us move on to our first slide. In our first slide, what I have mentioned is what are banks. Just what is a bank? A bank is just nothing but a financial institution that is going to accept deposit from the public and creates credit funds. So let me explain you in a deepened fashion. So bank is a just nothing but it is a one of the mediator which is going to take the money from the people who likes to deposit in it, and it is going to deliver that particular money to the people who are in need of it. So let me explain you one more time, friends. It is just going to act as a mediator which is going to take money from the people who are ready to deposit in it, and it is going to deliver the money for the people who are ready to accept for it. So in this form, it is going to maintain the economic stability. So a bank is a financial institution that accepts the deposits from the public, and it is going to create the credit in the society or in the economy. So now you get a clarity about what are meant by banks. So let us move on for our next slide. Here I have mentioned several kinds of bank activities. So bank activities can be divided into different kinds of categories, friends. Our first category is retail banking. So what is meant by retail banking? You might be have an idea related to retail shops. When you have gone through the market arena, you might be finding out all the retail shops. A retail shop is just nothing but a place where you can buy in a very few manner, and their business is concerned to a particular arena, and they will be having lot of trouble in some, and they will be having minimum amount of investment, and very small businesses concerned related to retail banking. When these particular individuals go for a bank loan, then that particular area is going to come under the retail banking section. So now you get a clarity about what is meant by retail banking. Retail banking is just nothing but giving some sort of loans to the small businesses. It might be a business which might be related to a small arena. Whatever the business it might be coming under retail banking. So what is our next banking? Business banking. It is just nothing but mid-market business. The business which is prior to the retail banking, that is just nothing but wholesale banking or wholesale business. Whatever the thing where they are going to sell out the products in a bulk nature. So that particular business comes under the business banking. And third stage is corporate banking. What is meant by corporate banking? You might be heard about corporate companies such as TCS, Infosys. When such people go for a loan or opt for a loan from the banks, that comes under the corporate banking. Then what is meant by private banking, friends? So in our society we will be having higher individuals. When they are in need of some sort of money, they are going for loans related to banks. This comes under private banking. So what is meant by investment banking, friends? So it just comes under the shareholders. What is meant by share, friends? If I want to start a company and I am having an initial capital of 1 lakh rupees, but I need to start the company with the amount of 2 lakh rupees. How can I get the remaining amount? I am just going to ask my friends who are going to keep the amount in a part of some sort of shares. So this comes under investment banking. And finally, one more point I want to revise you, friends. Most banks are profit making. Bank in the sense they just go for the profit making, friend. Profit making in the sense what is meant by profit? It is just nothing but whatever the amount that we are going to keep, we want some sort of external amount or additional amount to the amount what we have kept. So this comes under the profit making. That's the thing what we are going to observe in the case of banks, friends. Not only banks, we can observe this particular criteria in the section of private enterprises also. So let's go for our next slide, friends. So here I am mentioning the function of banks. There are two categories of functions that are going to be performed by the banks. They are primary functions and secondary functions. One more time I am mentioning, friends. There are two categories of functions that are going to be performed by the banks. They are primary functions and secondary functions. So what is meant by primary function? Primary function is that is the daily function or daily routine of the banks. So first primary function of a bank is accepting the deposits. So you might be hearing this particular time from your childhood onwards, and you might be observing this particular thing whenever you are going for any kind of banks. This is the part of any kind of commercial bank, whatever the bank it might be. The first thing what they are going to do, they are just going to accept several deposits from the public. The deposits can be different types: saving deposits, current deposits, fixed deposits. There are different kinds of deposits related to the bank. But I am going to give you an in detail explanation about each and every deposit in my next lecture. So up to now, we need to know what are the primary functions of a bank. Primary function of a bank is just nothing but accepting the deposits from the public. So it is the important function of any kind of commercial bank. So they accept deposits in several forms. So I have mentioned it that they will be accepting the deposits in several forms, such as current account deposit or savings account deposit or fixed account deposit. This all the things comes under the functions of bank. So these are all primary functions of a bank. So another primary function is advancing of loans. Already I have mentioned in my first slide that the main function of a bank is to accept the deposit from the public and just need to give that amount to the persons who are in need of it. So if I want to go for a business and I'm not having the initial capital for it, I'm just going to go for a bank and ask him that, sir, can you lend me some sort of loan with? He is going to ask some sort of documents and I'm going to submit all the documents and he is going to provide me the loan. Loan in the sense some additional amount or the amount. So that particular amount what he is going to give to me, that refers to as loan, and I need to pay some sort of interest to him. That's the way bank is going to earn the money. He is going to take deposit from the public on which he is going to bear less amount of interest. Interest in the sense it is an additional amount that is going to be given on the amount what we are going to deposit with or the amount that we are going to lend with. So they are going to give less amounts of interest on the deposits what we are going to make, but they are going to bear lot of interest on the money what they are going to lend to the public. That's the way how they are going to keep the economic stability in any kind of banking, friends. Just banks are going to give less interest related to the deposits what we are going to make in the banks, and they are going to provide lot of interest on the amount what they are going to lend to the people. So this is meant by loan, friends. Loan is just nothing but the money what the bank is going to the lend to the people who are in need of money. So secondary functions of bank. What is the secondary functions? Other than the primary functions or other than the daily routines of banks, they are also going to do several functionalities. And one such functionality is overdraft facility, friends. It refers to a facility in which a customer is allowed to overdraw his current account up to an agreed limit. This facility is generally given to the respectable and reliable customers for a short period. See, let me explain you in a detailed fashion. Overdraft in the sense, I am having a current account in the particular bank, and they have given me a mandatory of up to some amount which I can withdraw from that account. But after that also, if I want to take the money from that particular account, if I'm going to take that money and they have given me permission to take that money from that account, this comes under the overdraft facility. Again I am repeating, friends, the money which we are going to take after exceeding the limit what they have kept on a current account is just nothing but overdraft. Overdraft in the sense over the agreed limit, the money what we are going to take from the bank is just nothing but overdraft facility, friends. So one more time, discounting bills of exchange. What is meant by discounting bills of exchange, friends? Let me explain you in a detailed fashion, friends. One of my friends has taken money from me and he need to pay the money for me, but what he is going to do, he is going to keep an agreement with the bank that I am going to pay you the money after 1 month. Just you need to pay the money what I have just lent from my friend, so I can lend the money after 1 month from your dispatch. This is the agreement done between the bank and the person to whom the friend has lent the money. So this is comes under bills of exchange. So what is meant by bill of exchange? In the sense, bank is going to act as a mediator in exchanging the bill between any two persons. Okay, now I think so you might have understand what is meant by overdraft and what is meant by discounting bills of exchange. So let us go on for third functionality, agency functions. So what is meant by an agency function? See, several times bank will be acting as LIC agency. That means they will be just releasing some sort of drafts, releasing some sort of checks, different kinds of things. If you are going to get some sort of money in the LIC, just bank is going to act as a mediator, and they are going to hold the money that you got in the LIC. Or let us say another example, that if you want to pay an amount in the form of bill to the government related to electricity, so you need not go for a electricity department and pay the bill. In spite of you, bank is going to pay the bill, and you just need to pay the bill for bank. So such kind of functionalities are just nothing but agency functions. It is going to act as a mediator, and it is going to pay the amount, and you need to pay just the amount to that particular bank. So agency in a sense, it is just going to act as a mediator for exchange of bills, exchange of different kinds of economic related activities. This all comes under agency functions. So my dear friends, in this particular lecture I have discussed so many things related to banks, and what are meant by primary functions, what are meant by secondary functions, and what are the different kinds of banking activities. So my sincere advice for all of you is take the notes of all the information what I have kept in my slides, and in our next lectures it could be useful for you to refer about yourself related to the particular information what I have mentioned in this lecture. So one more time I am repeating, friends, please follow our website for different kinds of lectures related to banking series what I am going to teach with. So thank you, friends, have a nice time. Thank you.